What does it mean to truly exist? Today we're diving into the profound world of Jean-Paul Sartre, one of the most influential existentialist philosophers of all time. In this video, we'll explore Sartre's top 5 quotes that not only define existentialism, but also challenge us to reflect on freedom, responsibility, and the essence of human life. These quotes will leave you questioning your choices, your purpose, and maybe even the meaning of life itself. So, whether you're a philosophy enthusiast or just someone curious about Sartre's wisdom, stick around as we unravel the depths of his existentialist thoughts. Man is condemned to be free. Freedom sounds like a gift, doesn't it? Well, Sartre says it's more like a lifelong assignment, and you don't get to skip class. Sartre believed that freedom is the core of human existence, but with freedom comes something heavy: responsibility. It's not just the freedom to choose what to do, but the weight of knowing that every choice you make defines you. For Sartre, there's no one to blame for the path you walk. You are not a puppet pulled by fate or society's strings. You are the sole architect of your life, and with every decision, you are writing your own narrative. Imagine this. Life hands you a blank canvas and says, "Paint." Sounds freeing, right? But here's the catch. Whatever you paint, that's your masterpiece or your mess. There's no turning back, no undo button. Sartre called this condemnation, and he wasn't exaggerating. You can't escape the responsibility that comes with freedom. Even choosing not to act is a choice in itself. Not choosing is a decision to remain passive in the face of life's challenges, and that too has consequences. In Sartre's view, freedom is both a gift and a burden. While it allows us to shape our lives, it also means we must own every part of it, including the mistakes, failures, and successes. The existentialists call this the anguish of freedom, the unsettling realization that you have no one to blame but yourself for how your life unfolds. This idea forms the very heart of existentialism. Sartre wasn't just offering philosophical insight, he was throwing down a challenge. He was telling us that our lives, with all their mess and glory, are ours to shape, and no external force, not even destiny, can change that. Sartre reminds us, you can blame the world, but ultimately, you hold the brush. Existence precedes essence. Imagine a world where you're not a character in someone else's novel, but the author of your own story. Sounds thrilling, right? That's exactly what Sartre had in mind. In this famous declaration, Sartre argued that humans are unique in the sense that they are not born with a predetermined essence, purpose, or identity. Unlike objects or animals, which have built-in functions or instincts, humans come into the world as blank slates, free yet undefined. Think of a chair. Its essence, its purpose for sitting, is decided before it's even made. But humans? We're not chairs, we're creators. We exist first, and then, through our choices, actions, and relationships, we define who we are. For Sartre, this is both a privilege and a burden. This freedom to define ourselves comes with immense responsibility. If there's no preordained blueprint for your life, then there's no one to blame for who you become. Not society, not your upbringing, not fate. Every action you take shapes your essence, for better or worse. Sartre believed this is what makes us truly human, the ability to invent ourselves in a universe devoid of inherent meaning. But let's not sugarcoat it. This freedom can feel overwhelming. If existence precedes essence, then the universe offers no safety net, no cosmic handholding. It's up to each of us to create meaning in a world that, at its core, is indifferent. This is why Sartre's existentialism is often seen as both liberating and terrifying. By placing existence before essence, Sartre dismantles traditional notions of fate, destiny, and even divine purpose. He invites us to embrace the uncertainty of life as an opportunity rather than a curse. In his view, life's meaning isn't handed to us. It's something we must forge with every choice we make. As Sartre might say, don't search for the meaning of life, create it. Hell is other people. This famous line by Sartre comes from his play Huis Clos, No Exit. In this context, hell doesn't refer to a fiery underworld, but to the suffocating nature of social relationships and the judgmental gaze of others. Sartre uses this phrase to express how our interactions with others often imprison us, not physically, but mentally and emotionally. In Sartre's view, humans are not only defined by their own perceptions, but are constantly shaped by how others perceive them. The hell of this concept lies in the fact that people are perpetually under scrutiny. We are always aware of how others see us, and this awareness forces us to constantly question our own identity. This creates a tension, because the more we seek validation or approval from others, the more we lose the freedom to define ourselves. This is the essence of Sartre's existentialism. Our freedom is compromised by our dependency on others' judgments. The play Huis Clos illustrates this perfectly. The three characters are trapped in a room, not by physical barriers, but by the endless judgment of one another. They are unable to escape the oppressive gaze of the others, and in this sense their hell is the social context in which they are forced to exist. For Sartre, this judgment from others doesn't just restrict us, it makes us question our very existence. We constantly compare ourselves to others' expectations, and as a result, our identity becomes entangled with the gaze of the outside world. Sartre believed that this struggle between self-perception and the perception of others is what truly creates a kind of hell on earth. To put it simply, Sartre's quote means that our relationships with others can feel like a form of torment. When we are constantly aware of being watched, judged, and measured, we lose the freedom to exist purely as ourselves. We are left trying to live up to others' expectations, rather than embracing our true, free selves. Man is what he is not, and he is not what he is. This paradoxical statement by Sartre highlights the fluid and evolving nature of human identity. For Sartre, humans are not static beings, and they can never be fully defined by their current state. Instead, we are in a constant process of becoming, and our true essence is always in flux, shaped by the choices we make in the future, rather than the person we are right now. Sartre's existentialism argues that we are not defined by any fixed characteristics or labels. To say man is what he is not suggests that human beings are always in a state of potential, a state of becoming. We are not confined to a single identity or set of qualities. Instead, we have the freedom to define ourselves through the decisions we make, the actions we take, and the roles we choose to play in life. This idea challenges the traditional notion that a person's essence is determined by their nature, their past, or their circumstances. Sartre believed that we are condemned to constantly create ourselves. Our identity is never complete. It is always in the process of being constructed through our choices and interactions with the world. This constant change and potential for transformation mean that humans can never be reduced to a simple definition. The second part of the statement, "He is not what he is," further emphasizes that identity is not a static or fixed trait. A person is not defined by who they appear to be in any given moment, because they are always evolving and open to new possibilities. This idea is central to Sartre's philosophy of radical freedom. We are defined not by who we were, nor by what others think we are, but by what we choose to become. For Sartre, this continuous potential for change is both liberating and daunting. It means that we are free to choose our path and define our own essence. But it also means that we bear full responsibility for the consequences of our choices. Ask yourself what you are doing. This quote from Sartre emphasizes personal responsibility and accountability in one's life. Existentialism views life as a process where we create ourselves, and Sartre believes that we are not only responsible for the choices we make, but also for the impact those choices have on the world. Every action we take shapes who we are and affects others. Therefore, Sartre urges us to ask, "What am I doing?" This question encourages us to constantly reflect on our actions and their consequences. For Sartre, this self-reflection is essential for understanding our role in the world. We must recognize that our choices extend beyond ourselves and influence those around us. Existentialism teaches that while we are free to make choices, this freedom comes with the responsibility to own them. So, asking, "What am I doing?" is a way to check our actions against the broader effects they might have on others in the world. This quote challenges us to stay aware of the responsibility we carry in every decision, reminding us that we are constantly shaping our reality through our choices. It's a call for authenticity. By asking this question, we become more aware of how our actions align with the person we want to be. As we wrap up this journey through Sartre's profound thoughts, we are reminded that his philosophy challenges us to face the full weight of our freedom and responsibility. From the idea that existence precedes essence, to the unsettling truth that hell is other people, Sartre forces us to question the very nature of our existence and the choices we make. He teaches us that life is not something we passively experience. It's something we actively create, moment by moment. So, ask yourself, what are you doing? Are you living authentically, owning your freedom and taking responsibility for your actions? Sartre's philosophy invites us to continually reflect on these questions and reminds us that, in the end, we are the authors of our own lives. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this exploration of Sartre's ideas, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy. Keep questioning, keep reflecting, and remember, freedom is yours to define.